Hey, what's up you guys? Dr. Mike here, and today I got a quick special little video for you, and I'm gonna do a unboxing today. So what am I gonna unbox? Today we got our shipment in of these Prolon 5-day fasting mimicking protocols. First impression is the box is a lot bigger than I imagined, but the whole premise of what this is, it's a 5-day kit to walk you through what's called fasting mimicking, and it's going to contain everything that you need for those 5 days. I am not promoting this per se. I am actually experiencing it, and it brings up kind of a good point, is that as a healthcare practitioner, I'm a big proponent that you should experience, you should practice, you should live the things that you preach, right? And anything that I try out, if it's good, then it allows me to better understand how to coach clients, how to help them with the inevitable ups and downs. But more importantly, when I fully dive into things that I'm going to recommend or potentially recommend, I want to totally understand it from an experiential level, from a science level, from a research standpoint, and from a practical level. Is it easy to go through? Is it easy to follow? These types of things. And that allows me to understand who should I recommend this to. Just because, let's say I'm going to start this with my team next Monday, 5-day process. And let's say it's awesome. Let's say it's amazing, 10 out of 10. That still doesn't mean I would recommend it to everybody. You know, the principle of functional medicine is an individualized approach, and there is no real cookie cutter solution for everybody. So with that being said, that's why I need to experience these things. It just helps me be a better practitioner and a better coach for my clients. So with that, let's jump in. If you don't know what fasting mimicking is a term and an approach, I think, created by a doctor named Dr. Walter Longo. I have already ordered his book. I've gone to the website today, going to start going through some of his research articles, just doing my due diligence that I like to do for almost anything that I may recommend to clients. So with that, let's go ahead and open this thing up. I will slide this off, and you can kind of see how it comes packaged. So let's dive in. Let's go one by one, and let's wrap up this video after you understand what comes in it. So over the next week or so, when I get started next Monday, I am going to try and document my process. I'm not so great at filming and editing and everything, but I will get better. With that said, first thing I'm pulling out here is a water bottle. I know that in this program, based on what I've reviewed on the website, and I talked to one of their representatives, is there's going to be teas, there's going to be soups, there's snack bars, probably I think there's a chocolate bar, like a dark chocolate bar, but you know, we'll dive in and see. So I imagine this is here for your teas and your drinks. Okay, next thing, you get a little breakdown here. First one is just talking about making sure you have everything. Number 2, do you have community, friends, coach, someone to help go through this? That's a big part of it. And they offer some free advice and coaching before you get started. So when I talked to one of their representatives, they did give me that whole coaching. It's very similar in some ways to what I have to tell people in doing a pure fast or a prolonged fast or water fasting, intermittent fasting. It's a lot of those same approaches, especially what do you do if questions, right? What do you do if you get dizzy? What do you do if your blood pressure drops out? What do you do if you get nauseous? So a lot of stuff to help mitigate those things and symptoms that could happen. With that, it looks like they're kind of giving some recommendations for the day after. Also some contraindications, like if you're pregnant. So kind of just some general guidelines here. The next thing that's in this little card All right, so this looks like the 5-day meal plan, so I'll review that and study it. I am going to just follow their recommendations to the best of my ability to the T. I don't want to add, manipulate, change at this point. I like to go through things as they're recommended directly from the company or the doctor, and then after I experience it, I'm better suited to make some adjustments and let my clients know what to look out for. So with that, I'll be looking over this and following it to the best of my ability next week. Tells you what to take, when to take it, roughly. And on the back side, how to take it. Supplements, take with food, how to make your soup, how to drink the NR1, which I'll dive into, not sure what that is yet, and the L drink. So we're getting some drinks and then the T's. Gotcha. So soups, supplements, NR1 supplement. I'm assuming that that's probably just a name that they made up, but probably has to do with some like a multivitamin, making sure you're not getting nutrient depleted through your fast. Okay, so that's the carb. Moving on. The next thing we see here is 1 through 5. It's a 5-day program. It doesn't take too many brain cells to understand that it is probably one box for each day. So let's pull out box number 1 and let's jump in a little bit. What I got from the representative is that you start off roughly about 1,100 calories on day 1, and by day 5 it ends up being about 750 calories. Through my quick research on the Valter Longo website and the Prolon website, is that yes, this is going to include kind of everything for the day, and then additional guidelines if something takes a left turn. If you don't know what fasting mimicking is, I think the question that Valter Longo was trying to answer with a program and protocol like this is, can you get the benefits of fasting, autophagy, healing insulin sensitivity, losing weight, these types of things? Can you get the benefits of fasting without actually purely fasting? Now, for a lot of the hardcore practitioners out there, like myself and Dr. Mindy Pelz, Thomas DeLauer, we would probably say that this is not fasting. However, that doesn't mean there isn't benefit, okay? I believe that, and what enticed me to kind of go and try this is that people need direct clarity, systems, steps, outlines to get started. So that's where I see the value is if someone's brand new to this, which most of my clients are, is very new to these types of concepts and practices, is they want a structured approach. And I'd like to see if this is a great structured approach to introduce people to fasting. And then pairing this, I could already see how I could pair this with a water fast, pre or post, intermittent fasting on a daily practice, and the general protocol, just to fill you in with a little more info. I'll try and make more videos and fill in the gaps with future videos, but I believe what they recommend and Prolon recommends is a 5-day fasting mimicking protocol each month for 3 months in a row. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do that for myself quite yet. I do regular intermittent fasting and other health practices. But again, getting back to it, I will stick to finishing this video with what's in the with what is in the box. All right. So opening this box up, the first couple things, we got a little dark chocolate bar. Dark chocolate is, does promote more autophagy. If you don't know what that is our body's ability and self-cleaning mechanism. Clean up all the dead cells and microbes and toxins and get it out of the body. We got a couple proprietary nut-based bar. My first thing is I'm wondering if all of these are organic. I'm not quite sure. I would like to see that. I don't think they are. So that might be a couple things. I'm sure there's other things that a purist could nitpick about all of this, but again, this isn't necessarily a conversation of what's the absolute hardcore best benefit you can get from fasting. And then I would have to say Prolonged water fasting is probably the top of the heap. But again, not everyone is, sorry if it cut out. Top of the heap is probably prolonged water fasting. But again, does that mean a beginner should start there? Not all the time. I don't believe that. And the clients that I've worked with, I could see them getting some value for this. I equate it to the analogy of going to the gym. If it's your first day going to the gym, you probably shouldn't try and do Arnold Schwarzenegger's workout for 3 hours, right? You're probably going to be risk hurting yourself, injury, and be so sore and achy the next day that you might come away with like, exercise hurt me, it's not good for me, which is very common experience for people in other practices of health. They try a new supplement, they try a new even medication, they try a new nutrition protocol, and the first day or two they experience discomfort and they go, oh, that must not be for me. And I have to kind of coach them through some of those hurdles, but hopefully you get my point, is that this could be excellent for beginners or someone who doesn't practice fasting or has never practiced it, and that's why I ultimately want to give it a shot. The next things I'm pulling out are a couple packages of algal oil. So from what I'm looking at, these bars and everything, it does seem to be all vegan, and algal oil is a great way to get omega-3s, DHA, EPA, omega-3s from a vegan source. It's actually from algal oil from sea vegetables, algae. The next one, we have an NR1 vegetable powder with vitamins and minerals. I'm looking at the back of this thing and it very much looks like a multivitamin, which is good. We don't want to have people get nutrient depleted on their fasts. We got some kale crackers. I know all of you are salivating for some kale crackers. I'm not the biggest fan of kale, but I'm going to eat it. I'm going to put myself through it. I don't necessarily have to heal anything, but every January, if you don't know, I do like to practice proactively different types of cleanses, adding new strategies to detoxing the body. That's kind of what I reserved January for. I believe last year I did a 5-7 day water fast. The year before that I had done my detox protocol that I currently use with clients. I really like that, and I just like trying new things to see what I can stack on top of each other. And then, like I said at the beginning of this video, who should I be recommending this to? Teas, spearmint tea, lemon tea, multivitamin, and we got some soups. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of some of these ingredients, but I will leave it at that, and I'll wait to review all the details. I want to see the research articles from the Walter Longo website, and I also am waiting to get the book so I can dive deeper and understand the perspectives from my own knowledge. All right, minestrone soup and tomato soup, which I did see when I ordered this. You can kind of switch it up a little bit. We are getting some olives with a touch of salt, so they're making sure you are not mineral electrolyte deficient, and you are getting some healthy fats. From what I've gathered, a mimicking diet is basically low calorie, so 1,000 to 700 calories per day. It does focus on very low protein, very low carbohydrate, but adding in healthy fats, as you can see from the olives and the algal oil. Also nut butter based bars. So I can see here, yeah, so 13 grams, I believe 16, 17, like 16, 17 grams of fat, right? So you may have done your own research and study and know that ketosis and intermittent fasting and high fat, low carb approaches is kind of all related to getting the same benefits with your body. So yeah, I'm not going to open up all these boxes, but I wanted to just, again, give you a little preview. I think the video has gone on long enough. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and on future videos, we'll share more information, the benefits, the science behind fasting mimicking as I am exposed to it more myself. So with that, go ahead. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear it, so I can make sure to answer your questions and hopefully help you guys out there see if this is something you want to give a shot and try. I'll have some discount codes here in the next couple days, and I'll share it in the description down below. So have a great day, you guys. I'll see you next time.